Hello and welcome to the Morningscape podcast. I am Matt Moody, joined by DJ Mitchell for a very, very special Tuesday slate. Let's get into it.
You're saying they're looking like an idiot.
Well, is that any different than normal?
This is the first time I will admit was unbelievably wrong.
DJ, there is $100,000 to first place over on DraftKings tomorrow. Will this be enough to get you the fork over the $222 to enter?
I mean, Moneybags Mitchell at its finest right now. It feels like you simply have to do it. I'm not gonna sit here and break an arm jerking myself off or anything, but even though hockey tailed off a little bit after the heater of a lifetime, I kind of nuked NFL like back-to-back slate. So the Thursday night and the Sunday morning slate, I 10x or more on each. So the gravy train kind of kept coming. I was about like an 8x Thursday night, and then like a 15x on Sunday morning, and then the Sunday slate was fine. And I'm just sitting here like, do I need to start dual sporting this up?
Yeah, I played a 0.4% Bryce Young with a 1.2% Tet McMillan and had Bijan. And as of like 4 o'clock on Sunday, I just needed Jacoby Brissett to not set an NFL record to pretty much win like all the contests I was in. So interested to see how that went after the show here.
I know you recorded it. So, but I mean, the odds of Jacoby Brissett setting an NFL record are pretty low. So
I feel pretty good about where I'm at. So yeah, no, it was a very frustrating weekend. What can you do? I don't know. It happens. It's just.
I mean, sticking to my true colors, though, I was like begged to go to the Bills game on Sunday, and I was just like, no, I'm not going. Like, I don't want to go. It's so much effort, and it was like $250 a ticket. And I'm like, for what? To be cold and like annoyed and not care and just around drunk people? I don't know.
Thanks, Brad.
What?
I don't know.
I'm not looking at the chat.
Well, actually, here is this Dingus.
That could be the Dingus.
All right.
Your cat is on every episode. If you listen closely, you will hear purring on every single episode I think we've ever recorded. Like, I hear it every time. I'm not sure if anyone else does. I don't care. It's
good thing you don't care, because I think it's a feature of the show. Some hockey shows get cat buttholes on them. And this is ours. We get cats purring. So shout out to Luke Skywalker DFS. There we go. There's the guy. Anyway, yeah, frustrating weekend. I feel like I should have been paid off for the weekend. Sports, honestly. And I got the wrong end of some variance on like shots and blocks. System getting a late stat correction. All that sort of stuff happened back-to-back days. So here we are, looking to turn it all around on the Tuesday slate. We have 8 games, so a bit lighter than normal. Anything else?
If you were saving up your good luck and your good bounces for one slate, this would be the one to do it. The 100K to first, we already mentioned. Pretty cool. I mean, you don't get this that often. It is a third of the prize pool all to the top, which some people like, some people don't like. How do you feel about that structure? And is there anything you want to say about the light line?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I would prefer 50,000, but at the end of if you're saying DraftKings is, I'm sure they've done the research. They're not mailing it in that I can tell. They're the only DFS site that really pushes NHL hard. Like, FanDuel's back. Like, I don't know, people don't really go onto FanDuel, but like FanDuel is back for NFL and for NBA. Like, they are competitive, they are pushing stuff, they are doing rake free stuff, like they are actually trying, and their NHL just lags behind, which cart horse, I don't know what the reason for that is, but especially on the higher end. But even like their normal low dollar is 5K to first, and DraftKings regularly has 10 to 20 on these kind of slates. So I don't like. I think they're doing their due diligence when it comes to sizing these and attracting NBA money, which is really what this is all about. So, I don't care. I guess that's kind of where I'm at.
Perfect. We can move into the slate then. Yeah, not a whole lot else to cover. Just watching some Monday hockey and getting ready to continue to win money, hopefully, and give you the breakdowns that you need for daily fantasy. And I know a lot of people use this for betting as well. I mean, we're not going to probably go into as much detail, but we'll give some alpha there as well. So the first game up, are you ready for Seattle at Detroit?
Yeah, you know what? I was all prepared. I got through every single game. And then I just realized that I didn't actually do the rainbow chart for the slate. So I will pull up Seattle, and you can talk about that while I update the rainbow chart. Fortunately for us, I don't think this game will be very attractive thanks to the presence
No,
of Seattle Kraken. So,
I mean,
uh,
yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I wonder if people are interested in the Detroit side because of how good that top line has been, regardless of the matchup being a little bit shaky. I mean, I don't want to say bad. Like Detroit's been producing a lot of donkey chucking shots and volume, and the top line has been very good, and it's all correlated. And even though we thought, oh, it's actually not all in the top power play, they basically immediately
okay.
said
How
that was
about
the
you
secret.
talk about what's on the screen before we get to
Oh,
Detroit?
I don't care about Seattle. I'm not playing them. Okay, so what do you want to talk
You're not
about?
helping.
All right, Matt Beniers is truly, if you look up, if you just go, you know what? Over the last 5 games, I'm going to filter to just forwards and just this slate. Let's say how many minutes has Matt Beniers played compared to others? He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth. Really tied it for like almost, by a minute or two off of being like the fourth highest time on ice player. Like Matt Beniers is taking over the Chandler Stevenson role as far as never leaving the ice no matter what. That is information I would use if I'm playing Seattle. I think the guy who has quite a lot of expected fantasy points in a massive, massive role, including all of the power play run he could get, is important. Jordan Eberle has been. We talked about him being Kyle Palmieri out west. He's been better than Kyle Palmieri out west, frankly. So yeah, I mean that's the only way I'd go. Is Vince Dunn of interest? He's overpriced, but sure, like that's the only option here. I don't really think there's anything else to discuss.
All right. Well, thank you for at least getting to it after a couple of warnings. Yeah, Seattle not looking great. Detroit has been relatively. I mean, they've been pretty much average in every regard. They're just not scoring a ton. But like you said, they're sort of countering that with something we'll get to. Otherwise, on the slate, we see Winnipeg. I've said many times on this show, and I think even in a newsletter, I think Winnipeg played on one of the Fridays. It's just the factor of all the injuries, and now they're basically back to full health. So I pretty much am throwing this out, and then Utah on a back-to-back in San Jose with, that's really the main spot that I would think is going to draw interest. So not a ton leaps out immediately. Obviously, would expect ownership to flood in certain places, but nothing based on the rainbow chart is like, yeah, this is clearly the number one spot of the day. So, um, on the Seattle side, I don't have much to add to that. Freddie Gaudreau's back. It just makes all the minutes, I think, a bit worse. Not that he's going to play a ton himself, but just now they sort of have 4 lines where they trust them defensively. Um, I could get on board with Beniers, but ultimately I don't think you need to. So we can move forward. Yuli Tolvanen is always worth the one-off 3,300. He's kept that power play one job, and he's actually making good use of it. We love the player here, so not a huge surprise there. I would think that we are suggesting him as like the one guy, and he's with Catton and Wright. And if like they have talented players like that are going to break out, those are the guys. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a rule in Seattle that really talented players are not allowed to play. I mean, including I think Furcus leads the AHL in points. Why call him up when you can't score? There's really no point in winning games. Tolvanen, it's the yo-yo effect. He started on that Stevenson line, and Winterton took over because, of course, he did. Tolvanen played 12 minutes. Catton played 10. Wright played 9. Neiman played 7. It's the most boring and frustrating team in the world, and they played the Detroit Red Wings, who are, I was on a roll I was getting to the best part, the climax of my story, and that's like, talk about fucking Seattle. Shut the fuck up. DeBrincat, Larkin, Raymond, all power play correlated. They've been fantastic. They're shooting a ton. And what do they get at their disposal next but a 3.1K Axel Sandin Pelika to take over the top power play? We said this could be coming. We didn't know when. It felt like it was sort of inevitable as the power play wasn't doing well. Now the floor stats, they're not great. I mean, you're kind of point dependent with ASP, but at 3,100, I think this, again, I'm not saying this is a donkey chalk. Of course, we'll wait, but I think this comes in higher owned than people expect.
Yeah, we saw like Nate Danielson like last week come in at 25% because DeBrincat, Larkin, Raymond they're gonna look good. That's no surprise to anyone. They're all together. They're all in the power play. Yes, they made the power play normal, unlike last week where Danielson was on there. But they gave us ASP instead of Cider, and yeah, that's just going to make it look good. And the thing I want to add is that yes, the floor stats are pretty middling, but you look at the shot attempts, and he's 30% better than the average defenseman. Now this is 11, 12. Well, I think they're more than that, right? Like 15 games has every team played.
More than that, yeah. There's teams eclipsing 20 right now.
Oh yeah, Jesus. Okay, so it's not a super small sample, and we have an SHL sample of ASP. Let's go with that. Being an elite rates guy. He's got the prospect pedigree. He's got the prospect watcher pedigree. 54th in Promin's list, 94th in Wheeler's list, which is specific to fantasy relevance. Like he can play, and he's not been productive, but he should be, and this price makes no sense for the role. Like that's really what it boils down to. So I am all in on Detroit top line plus ASP. If I would to leave one guy off, I guess it would be Larkin, just price wise, but I mean, it's gonna be hard to find, like if you just want to make a bet on another high end center, I don't blame you. Connor Bedard. But this is going to be one of the top places to go because of the value that ASP offers, and I don't think I can suggest fading this chalk, in all honesty. So
yeah,
let's see what else is out there. Certainly a tire fire coming up with St. Louis and Toronto. St. Louis recalibrating their lineup once again. The power plays have remained consistent. We didn't see them in practice, I believe, so it's kind of a guess. But Holloway, Thomas, Snuggerud, Shen, Dvorsky, Kyrou, Buchnevich, Suter, Joseph. Top power play being Thomas, Snuggerud, Dvorsky, Fowler, Buchnevich. With the line changes, we could see like Buchnevich and Holloway flip or something. I don't know. But really, I think the interesting case is DJ Robert Thomas. We talked about him, I think, last week. Do you have any thoughts on sort of what he's doing right now, just in general? Like any interest there? Is this an upgrade for Dylan Holloway? Is my question.
I mean, it doesn't really feel like anybody is helping anybody as this team continues to just be pretty bad. It doesn't hurt Dylan Holloway. I assume betting wise, I might give him a second glance because the role is continued to be there for him. But yeah, it's just, I'm not playing this in daily fantasy. If you know what, if the Blues go out there and take my money tomorrow night, let them have it. There's just nothing of interest, in my opinion, that I think you need to be going to bat for. Like, it's obviously the top line, which is really cheap, not perfectly power play correlated, but I don't know. I guess you just live with that. Toronto is incredibly banged up. Like, it seems like every day there's just another guy out, and we're going to get to them next. But there just isn't a St. Louis Blues player with more than like 4 points on the year. I mean, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit here, but like, they cannot produce offense in bunches. It is really hard to see them winning a slate at this point in time. And of course, that is until they do it. And when's the best time to buy? Well, buy low. But there's a reason this game is one of the lowest totals of the night. This is one of the lowest team totals of the night. Like, at some point, are you getting cute for the sake of getting cute? I think the answer is yes. Yeah. So it's top line or bust, but I think I'm out.
Yeah, this the St. Louis thing is super. I think St. Louis is super interesting because of what you're saying. We're not sure where the production's coming from. The prices are all depressed. I mean, we're looking at a Robert Thomas 7,000 last season, and sometimes we were happy to pay it. In Toronto, you're saying they're super banged up. I mean, that's almost an understatement to just like how injured they are right now. But it's showing up in the numbers too. I mean, we look at rolling 5 game expected goal defense. They were really good to start the year. You know, they kind of got goalied basically for their early struggles, but pretty much Matthews goes down and their defense goes to shit. And it's, you know, it's more than just Matthews. You know, Nick Wa's hurt. Other idiots are also hurt. You know, Scott Lawton or whatever. Like, you know, who cares? But over the last like 5 to 10 games, they have been a disaster defensively. And so that at least makes me want to give St. Louis a second look. I mean, we've been playing it for a little bit now with Dvorsky. He hasn't done anything, but playing with Braden Shen, like Shen won't shoot. We know what Braden Shen is as an NHLer. So if St. Louis generates opportunities, it either all funnels through a 5.5K Jordan Kyrou, or the top power play Dvorsky, you know, could hit alongside that. And then, you know, got to mention Holloway Thomas Snuggerud is 15K on the nose for, you know, 3 players who profile as really good fantasy options. So I think that's where I'm going. But we'll see sort of where ownership shapes up and if we get more information on the power play. Like if we get a fully correlated power play one with the Holloway on it, I think I might just go there because because I want to. And that's really what this is all about. So getting over to the Toronto side though, by the way, I don't have any interest in Cam Fowler or Justin Falk. I know Falk's been okay, but any problem there? Did I lose you?
Ow.
I okay. How
Am
is
I still hell?
I think you unplugged your thing or something. I don't know. Something happened. All right. Anyway, let's get over to Toronto. Jesus Christ. No, worse. Worse. Test it. Please go to the testing place. Don't hit us with that. Oh my god. Ooh. All right. The Toronto. Nick Robertson, Tavares, Nylander, Nyes, Domi, Cowan, McMahon, Jacob Quillen, and Matthias Michelli. Yeah, super injured here in Toronto. Last game we saw Cowan on the power play over Max Domi, over Nick Robertson, obviously too. And then they lost another center in Nick Waugh. So John Tavares, I mean, come on down. The minutes there are going to have to be, 20 plus, almost certainly. Jacob Quillen called up. He's 23 based on this. He was literally undrafted. He had a pretty good run at Quinnipiac. I believe he played with Colin Graff there, but he was a bit older than Graff, so I don't know. They were a really dominant line there, from what I recall. I have not looked into his actual shot rate stats, but in the AHL last year, where he played a full season, he was okay. So I don't think this murders someone like McMahon or Michelli if we get a power play 1 gig for them. But right now, I'm assuming it's Easton Cowan. So, DJ, are you back? Do you have?
Can you hear me?
I
don't know. You were just about to pass it to me, and I got a notification saying your microphone is no longer connected to the internet browser. I'm like, what? And I'm trying to fix it, and then it reset to something else. Okay, I don't know. No, I think you really covered it all, though. I mean, how much more do I really have to say other than this is a 4 to 5 man team. The defense isn't banged up, so like you could kind of, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think I'm going the OEL route, but I feel like it's just Tavares, Nylander, Nyes, and if you want to throw in one more piece around it, pick your poison. To me, it's Nicholas Robertson. Like, if this team goes off, Robertson scoring goals makes the most sense. I think he is the most lethal shooter on this team outside of Austin Matthews, and Austin Matthews isn't there. The problem with a guy like Nick Robertson is he's just not on the ice enough, and right now he is. Like, his volume is really high in bigger sample size in the top 6. Like, this is the role to play him in. So is he one-offable? I think you're probably getting pretty cute there, but I definitely think that, I'd go all the way with the 4-man stack because it's coming through these guys. Like, it'd be a cool story if Jacob Quinlan scores or whatever, but Tavares, Nylander, Robertson, neither going to see the ice just so much. And I feel like people are going to flock to Cowan because of the top power play, but like, it's fine too. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think it's going to be way more played than Robertson.
Yeah, the one thing to notice, this game looks like a 5.5 total. Actually, same as Detroit, but Detroit's a larger favorite than Toronto, and so considering similar prices on Detroit and Toronto, I would guess Detroit gets more ownership. Whether that's right or wrong, I'm not sure, but certainly Detroit I think is more exciting given ASP versus OEL is kind of a runaway in terms of frothiness for slappies. I don't know what the computers are going to say. You got to consult the computer yourself with whatever projections are spitting out for these guys. But anyway, and by the way, with a $222 contest and 1,500 entries, you're pretty much playing this like you would the $15 IMO if you're like MMEing or playing with your optimizers. Like, you're not really trying to just jam in the best projection. Like maybe in 100-person contest, it makes slightly more sense to do. Now, System is going to prove me wrong and just win anyway, but more correlation I think will be needed to take down such a larger field, just given the sort of dynamics at play here. Anyway, New Jersey heading into Tampa. I couldn't tell 100%, but it seems like both teams are getting much healthier than their most recent game. So obviously New Jersey without Jack Hughes, but pretty much other than that, like Dougie Hamilton practiced. We didn't get power plays, so I'm just guessing. And that should be green. But I am actually Luke Hughes was off the top power play last game because Nemec has arrived. But so Dougie practiced. He was paired with Dennis Cholowski, which was weird. But given Nemec is I think at 4 goals in 2 games, I guess you got to keep him with Siegenthaler. So Gritsuk, Heischer, Bratt, Timo, Mercer, Connor Brown, Palat, Lamico, Nason, LaChance, Glendening, Cotter is what they practiced today. Brendan Dillon missed practice, but they called it maintenance. I think they didn't really call it maintenance, but there was also no like concern about him missing. So maybe that was just unspoken. I don't know. But the fact that Dougie practice was also super interesting. I don't know what's going to happen here. Like, Dougie was not confirmed to be back in, but it at least seems like they're healthy. And before we talk about the game, I just want to highlight Tampa because what we saw in practice today from them is also extremely different from what we would expect based on Sunday's game. Gonsalves, Point, Kucherov, Gensel, Cirelli, Hagel. I mean, Cirelli's back. Moser, Hedman back. Destu, Crozier, no Chernak. What I don't know if that means Lilleberg, Radish. Does Chernak play with Lilleberg and they scratch Radish again? Because when Hedman went out, that's the only way Radish got in. So I don't know there. But Bjorkstrand, Gord, Paul, Douglas, Finley, James. Like, there's, I think, Nick Paul and Dominic James missed their last game. So there's a lot here to unpack. DJ, do you want to start with the New Jersey side?
Yeah, I mean, as you're alluding to, and injuries are starting to pile up. Like, last game, full overtime. Let's don't get yourself confused here. And it does look like they're going to change the lines up, but let's just remove the fact that these all played together. But Heischer had 29 minutes, Timo 28, and Bratt 26. Like, the fourth line played 7 minutes. This team is still really fighting, and they won that game in a shootout. Like, this is a very competitive team who is still playing very, very well. Timo is the second highest shot accuracy per game player on this entire slate over the last 5. You go to 10 games, it still looks really good. You go to the whole season, it still looks really good. I find it hard not
try
to
his career
stack. You go to his entire career. Yeah, like, he is a very high end rate shooter at 5,600 in the biggest role he's had in New Jersey, and that's not going anywhere. Like, I'm really high on it. Dawson Mercer makes a ton of sense. I did put the cover boy as Nico Hischier because it just feels like 6,100 for him is just a little bit low, given the role. He hasn't produced, but I think should be a little bit better than he has been. But all said and done, like Timo, Mercer, and Nemec is just kind of the Giga Smash mid tier. I don't know how owned it gets, but it fits really nicely with Detroit. It fits really nicely with a couple other options. And Tampa is still banged up, and who they get back is important, but how ready are they to take on, top 6 players? Yet to be seen. Yeah, I'm really in on this Timo, Mercer, Nemec situation.
Yeah, that's certainly something to keep an eye on with Nemec. If Luke Hughes is on the power play, I mean, you were on this last week, but Luke Hughes is doing stuff. He's actually shooting like a lot. The points haven't come for him, which is odd given, his talent profile, his prior history, even his NCAA stats all show he's a very gifted offensive player. So maybe that's just random, maybe, whatever. I was playing around with the Timo Meyer stuff because we have a decent history of him without Jack Hughes basically on the power play. So I'm trying to get a proxy for him without Hughes, but also on a top power play because that's what his role is right now. And I'm just trying to find the right combination of people because last year he played 14 minutes with Bratt, Hischier, and Nason. And he had 33% of the shot attempts on that power play, just to sort of give you a glimpse into like, yeah, he's running this shit. That's certainly a giveaway price. Tampa, though, getting healthier does make that a much more difficult conversation because Tampa, despite all their injuries, has been playing pretty well. They got super goalied against Vancouver. I mean, just like giga goalied. You can't even put words to it. But across the board, they just look, really solid defensively. New Jersey, of course, will struggle to generate, really good chances without Jack Hughes. They were already kind of sputtering along with that in that respect. So you're kind of betting on someone like, Luke Hughes or something taking a leap to get things going. But okay, yeah, we also have 14 minutes of Timo with, or no, it just didn't run because Hockey Viz is Hockey Viz. Oh no, it ran in a different. Okay, whatever. 38 minutes now with Mercer, Hischier, Brett, Timo at 30%. So yeah, you're basically looking at a net of like 30-ish% shot share for Timo, which is elite. That's Jack Hughes level. 5,600, very good. Tampa, you're not playing Gonsalves. You're not really like you're treating this as if they're sort of normal. I think there's a chance Bjorkstrand gets healthy scratched here. Just with all the guys coming back, they had Bjorkstrand rotating, so you could see Hagel top power play and then Bjorkstrand out entirely. I don't know. You got to check Morning Skate for that. But Hagel's been awesome. Gensel's been pretty good. Braden Point's been really bad. I think this number was much worse though before this weekend. So like you're talking 8.5 expected versus 5 actual fantasy points for Braden Point over the last 10. I think that was like 6 and 5 before the weekend. So maybe a bit better there, just given all the injuries. That makes sense. But really, Kucherov, Hagel. Are you making it a goal of yours to play Tampa here, or are you not that interested in this game?
I'm just more interested in New Jersey. I get what you're saying. I think this Tampa team is a lot better than people give them credit for, and it's easy to know where to kind of go here because there's only so many players that are at all useful. But even in the fact that they're this banged up and Hagel's not the top power play, it just doesn't. I can't move forward with my night knowing that. I can't go on. I can't look at this this team and just and understand it, but it is what it is. I mean, the role for guys like Bjorkstrand are going to get eaten up a bit by players returning. He's not going to see 17 minutes, but if you played him, you got some Skolansky bucks. He looked really good. He produced a lot of fantasy projection and just didn't quite get rewarded with the goals. But Kucherov is the most expensive player on the slate outside of Jack Eichel, and that just feels, I don't know, not something I'm going to get involved in. Like even with the prices coming down on Point and Gensel, like you're playing Kucherov with this. So it's still not cheap enough, I think, for me to bite against a Devils team that I still respect.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play it?
I don't think so. It's especially with Dougie back. I gotta see how the injuries fare, but like with Dougie back, that's just a total no. I think. All right, Islanders and Dallas here. Um, I gotta check Anaheim stuff. Do you want to lead off here with the Islanders? I didn't see anything from them, by the way, because they played a back to back, and actually they played a back to back but didn't practice. I didn't see so. Yeah, because they didn't play yesterday, but whatever. Don't expect much to change because they actually played pretty well this weekend.
They lost 4-1 to Colorado on Sunday.
I'm telling you, they played pretty well in that game. I know they lost, but
sure, they played fine. Yeah. Hold on. It is.
Oh, sorry, it was yesterday. They played Fridays. It was Friday, Sunday. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
They play at Dallas. I'm going to start there, and I'm going to take a peek, and I'm going to say probably going to be a no from me, dog. This Dallas team is just one I don't like to mess with. And Barzal, Horvat, Palmieri, Drouin, I mean, these are the four guys you're building around the lines. You're probably looking at, Palmieri with Horvat and Heineman again. That's probably the case. Barzal is with Drouin and Holmstrom, a couple cheaper options that are in the realm of playable for different reasons. I just like Horvat is 74 fucking hundred. It's just not going to happen for me. I'd be more interested in playing the Barzal route if I was going anywhere, but it's just the price is too steep here for me to consider. And you're not one-offing Kyle Palmer. You're not one-offing, anyone of supreme value. It's just I'm not going to get to the Islanders, and no one is, and I'm not worried about them burning me, to be honest.
Thank you, Shams, in the chat here. On the Dylan expected to be in, and not sure about Dougie and Brown. All right. Also, I got to come clean. While I was looking for Anaheim, I realized on DK my money went up, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like all my Brant Clark stuff didn't hit. Like where did this money? And I realized it's because there was NFL rake back this weekend, and it just hit, and so I was so confused. I'm like trying to figure out like. Did they give me my Leo Carlson bit? Like, did they give me it back? Like, I don't know. Just weird stuff. But, so got to come clean. This is a full disclosure type of show. We will be back. We will be better though for the upcoming games here. Yeah. The Islanders, the only appeal here is that Dallas is without Thomas Harley. Seems like Muro's just going to play the entire game, but Capo Bianco, I think Labushkin even got banged up last game. So we're like Bichelle and Petrovic are like their second pair, and you can't throw Miro out against both Horvat and Barzal. So like one of them I think is actually going to eat here. The prices aren't too bad on the surrounding pieces. Matthew Schaefer continues to be a demigod, like just unbelievable stuff from Schaefer. He's keeping it up. It's no fluke. I mean, he might actually be the best fantasy prospect in hockey right now. Just like given how limitless his ceiling seems like. He could be Kel McCarr. He could be better than Kel McCarr. I don't know. This is absolutely nuts what we're seeing from him at 18. So with that in mind, with Dallas being so banged up defensively, like, I don't know. I kind of am interested in just betting on efficiency here from like a Barzal, Holmstrom, Schaefer, or like a Horvat, Heineman mini stack. Both of those two kind of stand out to me. Or just even a one-off Heineman. He's been so good. Like 3,300 is just not reflective of that. And he's definitely getting lost here. Like, he's going to be less than 4% owned, like with certainty. So I'm not overly compelled to do like Barzal, Horvat type stuff, Horvat, Palmieri. Like, I don't think you need to spend money on it. But if you're trying to get cheap, I think the Islanders are an okay spot to go, given the roles that these guys have. On the Dallas side,
the Devils are a better play at the same price. I mean, the ownership is the thing, but
who
give me Timo Mercer, Nemec, like just
all right. Sure.
I don't know. I mean, this is my opinion. I mean, again, like I do think ownership will come. I'm giving you the donkey chalk. Look, the donkeys will follow. But
I'm going to tell you, I don't think I'm ever playing Dawson Mercer this year. I think that guy is just not good. But
what if you were wrong? Okay,
I've been wrong before, believe it or not. I
Do you
stacked
want to
the
bet?
Montreal
Do
Canadiens tonight when
you want to bet the? I
Florida
don't
put
even
up
know.
8.
$20 on Drouin, Barzell, Schaefer versus Nemec. I don't know. Like, is it the same price? How close is it? I feel like you have to be getting a little bit of money. Yeah,
Okay,
you have to
hold
be.
on. Let's do this. Will you be taking
I'm
would you
definitely
take
not taking Connor fucking Brown.
no. Would you take Heineman versus Mercer?
Yeah,
Booked. Let's do it.
booked. All right, $20 fantasy points. There we go. These are fun. People like these. Comment,
By the way,
comment.
how'd the last
Team
one
Mercer.
go?
Oh, I paid you. I paid.
Yeah,
That's how it went.
Hannafin versus Truba. Truba got that assist, baby.
Like the next game to Hannafin, like almost double bonus, and I'm like, great, thank you, buddy. You
that did
really did it
happen.
this time.
That actually did happen.
This is fun. Okay, back to the Dallas Stars. Now we've been talking about it a lot. I feel like all year, and I think more people are starting to peek their head above and say, maybe this Islanders team is fun to play against. Maybe there is a good output projection for teams playing against, maybe they will push the tempo. Maybe they will be up pace. Well, the Dallas Stars are a team that really is like 4 guys. Maybe, you know what? We'll give them 5 because with no Thomas Harley, of course, Miro Heiskanen and throw him in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
But like, granted it.
By the way,
Robertson.
some stats there. Islanders all above average all season defensively.
Yeah,
but average, allowing a lot.
Allowing a lot. Thank you for putting context to my nonsense. Can you put the Dallas Stars up, by the way, on the screen?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought they were
up. Wyatt Johnston, Mikko Rantanen, Jason Robertson, Rupe Hintz. I'm not leaving off Rupe Hintz either from this conversation. This guy rocks. Like 5-man stack, very difficult to do. Might be nearly impossible, but I'm at least gonna try. I'm gonna put that together. I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna see what I can't do. Like I wonder if you couldn't find the winner with a 5-man Dallas team.
It's happened before, gotta say. I think we suggested Sam Steele as an option last week, and that went about as well as you would expect. But I think on that slate, they still won. Yeah. So,
well, the Philly game, it was all one line. The game before then against Montreal was when they went insane.
The problem is, it's all the power play right now. I mean, you look at their 5-on-5 stuff; they are a mile below the rest of the NHL as far as what happens on the ice at 5-on-5. Like they are regularly 10 to 20 shot attempts per 60 worse in overall pace, offense and defense. Like they're not getting caved in. They're giving up about league average and generating nothing on 5-on-5. So it's all power play right now. But that power play is sick. Miro Heiskanen has looked the part of orchestrating it for, I would say, one of the first times in his career. And it helps when Mikko Rantanen is going ape shit and J-Rob is just like one of the best players in the NHL right now. So
7 points in 5 games, all assists for Miro. He's just passing it to one guy, and that guy's passing it to Wyatt Johnston for the goal. It's great.
Yeah. So, it's certainly an option. I do wonder what the field's going to do with this. If Dallas is getting ownership, I'm just going to hope that the percentages finally go against them on the power play. But like if it's unowned and I like the Islanders side, like I could totally see myself game stacking, Barzell, Schaefer with Dallas and just hoping that this is a power play fest. So that's my current outlook. I also want to see if Labushkin's actually hurt or not. I was unclear on that, but it could be real rough for the second pair if that's Bichel and Petrovic. I mean, it's bad right now with Capobianco and Labushkin, but it could get even worse. So once again, more to come with news and stuff because the slate's a disaster. Columbus at Winnipeg. Columbus on a back-to-back. They rolled
and it's a 3. It's a 3 and 4. It's like a true. They have 1 day off. Game before that, 3 and 4. That's not even worse.
Yeah. I believe. Yeah, I know Mike has done work on that, and I think he's found that it's a what would you call it? Like a additive. So like a back to back's bad, but a 3 and 4 is worse if it's after a back to back, that sort of thing. So I think there actually is some merit there.
Yeah, it's worth
But
mentioning. I don't think it's not like, stop the presses, but
well, the
we'll get
presses
to
are
it.
stopped.
All right. Well, can you
Because
keep clicking back on again?
the presses are stopped because this is a 6.5 total. Winnipeg is almost a minus 200 favorite. And looking across the slate, I mean, I think they're going to have the highest team total by a decent amount. Yet,
Yeah.
I don't know that Winnipeg 1's going to be super popular. So we'll get to them. But the other side of the game, Columbus, Voronkov, Fantilli, Marchenko, Chinikov, Monahan, Johnson. DJ, there are 4 minutes left in the third period of a game. Columbus is controlled throughout. Do you want to guess Chinikov's time on ice so far?
I just looked. It was like 14 minutes.
Oh, okay, you looked. Yeah, I wasn't sure actually, so I just wanted to go look. Yeah, he's played 13:03 with 3 minutes to go, so better than I thought. He's on the second line.
I got fucked.
Well, you didn't. You just played bad and got punished for playing bad.
No. I played good and I got punished for playing good. It's fine. Anyways, what were you saying? I've never done anything wrong. Go on.
Okay, if that helps you sleep tonight.
Well,
yeah, Chinikov, Monahan, Johnson, and then Olivier, Coyle, Sillinger. I think that, well, I mean, I know that Voronkov, Fantilli, Marchenko is really good. I'm sure they're not going to be owned, but I don't know that I can really recommend them, given I really do respect this Winnipeg team defensively. The rainbow chart is going to say not to, but I just think that's so injury based right now, and they are actually healthy for the first time in ever. So, do you have any interest in Columbus?
Not really. I mean, it just is so top line or bust here. I mean, like, even if you want to write the, Chinikov top 6 bounce back 20, or was it 2,500 or whatever, like, I mean, that top line is just too cheap to ignore. There's just no need to get cute with it. Like, play the top line, play Berensky. You can afford the whole thing. It's going to be unowned. Yada yada. There's really nothing else I'm at all interested in. The bottom 6 absolutely stinks, and I have no interest in any other defensemen. And like, furthermore, I'm not. This is not the cheap stack that I'm interested in. So yeah, I'm fine to move over. I think I share the same thoughts as you as far as Winnipeg being better than people think, and it is weird. Like, the sportsbook seems to be respecting it more than I think ownership will get to it. Just because it is still really, really expensive. But I mean, throwing, like 5-man Winnipeg tomorrow, like, I think that is incredibly in play for me.
Yeah, like we saw Winnipeg take the road to Calgary and pretty much go unowned, but the books still kind of respect Calgary for reasons I'm not clear on. Maybe I'm just over here being the biased idiot of the world, but like Chicago with Bedard in the lineup is a pick'em tonight. I mean, we're get to that in the next game, but like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this Calgary team has nothing. So yeah, I don't know if people didn't play Winnipeg against them. Like, are they really gonna, like, yes, it's gonna be one of the more popular stacks, but is it going to be played like a concentrated top line with a 4 team total? Should I don't know. I don't think so. In all honesty, Cole Perfetti, like you say, maybe even leave off of Velarde or Scheifele and play Perfetti with it. That's fine to save some money. But Kyle Connor seems like he is once again going to be one of the best fantasy assets in the league this season. He's persevered through relatively down games with Winnipeg. Like, they're just not controlling play whatsoever, and he's still getting there on a nightly basis. I think that as they sort of reach the 50% and above, like, expected goal mark, he'll get more, 5-on-5 shots and whatnot to help things out. Mark Scheifele continues to score goals. Velarde just does it all, especially the down low danger chances. So not really a bonus candidate, but again, 3 points certainly within the picture. I think it's slightly more interesting is the middle 6. Taze, Nemesnikov, Niederreiter, Lowry, Iafallo. All of those guys are below 3,500. I think they all play decent enough style that, like, they could get there in a pinch if you're trying to play 6 Winnipeg pieces, for example, and just get all the team total. I don't hate that. So, any thoughts on like a Taze Nemesnikov or a Niederreiter or Lowry, like anything like that stand out to you?
It's probably Dino over anybody else. Like he at least has the shot to do it. I mean, I'm Cole Perfetti, of course, a very large clip above everybody else. Like since he's been back, he's even shooting more than kind of he used to as well, and like just not really getting enough on net. But I think it's definitely coming with the role he has. Like, Perfetti above everybody, but then it's hard to ignore Nino as like the upside case as far as burying a chance on Lowry or Iafallo sort of forecheck. The bottom line, you completely throw it out. The second line, Taze and Domestikov or something, but it's Nino for me, or probably just not happening at all. But yeah, I think, and I kind of like the idea of like, is Mark Scheifele just too fucking expensive? Like, all you need is him not to score, and he's just not getting there in this build. I mean, if you're going all the way and you're 5-6 man stacking, you're going all the way. Like, hats off to you. But I think you could just play like Connor, Velarde, Morrissey, and hope that Velarde is scoring the goal in the power play.
Yeah, I mean, all you need for Scheifele is not the score. Yet he has 11 goals on the season in 18 games. So, like,
one shot, one goal, 2 shots, 1 goal.
Yeah,
it's like he has not hit a shot bonus yet this year. The guy has 11 goals. He can't keep getting away with it.
How do we find NHL career shooting percentage leaders? Like that's.
I mean, it's got to be up there.
Scheifele,
I mean, this is not.
Yeah, among players who like didn't play in the 80s, I think he's literally up there. So, Draisaitl, Point, Scheifele are the 3 top guys. Scheifele's career 17.4. Point is 18.5 and Draisaitl is 18.8. So yeah, I mean you're talking about like a guy who does this regularly. But I understand what you're saying, especially a goal without the bonus may not be optimal. Certainly won't be optimal if he gets 15, but can you win with it? Seems like the answer is probably, but it's no guarantee. And so for that reason, I think you can leave him off for a Perfetti or something. All right.
I can't get this to work, but yeah, 26 shooting percentage on the year, 26%. I mean, I just think it regresses a little. Call me a cynic, if you will.
Well, yeah.
Or don't.
All right. Next game, the Toilet Bowl, the greatest game of all time in some people's eyes. Connor Bedard gets another lick at the Calgary Flames of Fountain of Goodness. On the Flame side, I couldn't find anything of merit. They sent down Rory Cairns to the AHL. He was up with Kadri and Farabee, so not really sure what the situation is there. They also called up Sam Morton to replace him. Sam Hanzik got hurt, so I'm guessing Zari slides up alongside.
I was gonna say it's a real weird injury. It was a real weird injury. Did he like collide with Backlund or something?
Yeah, he hit his own. Yeah, two players collided, and yeah, it seemed like he just hit his head on the ice or something. But it wasn't anything like a hit. It was 2 teammates. So yeah, that was that. Yeah. Zari with Backlund and Coleman. I mean, Zari's been terrible, but like he's been good historically. So 2,800. I don't know that. Whatever. It's my stance on Calgary. Huberdeau, Frost, Coronado, 13.7K should all be top power play. Again, I am not playing Calgary. DJ, any thoughts on Calgary?
Yeah, it really is just one. On the season, Nazem Kadri, 6.9 shot attempts per game. In the last 5, 9.4 shot attempts per game. Like, the guy is everything here. I mean, his line mates, it just doesn't matter. He is going to be shooting and donkey chucking. And I think the problem I'm having is like, it's like, well, his expected number is this bright, dark blue, 12, but like, it really just feels like empty calories. Like he is just trying to force the issue and it's not leading to results. And like, I think you just don't have to. To me, it's Huberdeau, Frost, Coronado, or nothing. Chicago is bad. Like, let's not get it twisted, but they've played well enough and respectable enough that you just don't have to do it here. I again defer back to New Jersey 2 being a better option in my opinion, and that's what I'm playing probably. So, I'm not playing this. I don't need to. I'm going to play something a bit more expensive. Keep an eye on the lineup. Of course, I think, like you're saying, we're not 100% positive what it's going to look like, and there could be changes, but
yeah,
it's sort of this rock in a hard place type of feeling here, where it's like, how do you not play Kadri if you're playing this team? Because if they get there, it seems impossible that Kadri isn't involved, and yet, that he keeps getting away with it, as he has. Guess how many points in his last 5 games? Again, 9.4 shot attempts per game. How many points do you think he has in the last 5?
1 point.
Zero.
Yikes. I mean, okay.
I mean, the most unlucky player on the slate by a mile. But he's bad. Go on.
GA wants to talk about Jan Kuznetsov. So here we are. Jan Kuznetsov, second rounder, 2020. Seems fine, but not a fantasy guy. So, he's playing with Mackenzie Weegar. So there you go. Jan Kuznetsov, 2,500. The only time that name will be uttered on this show. I want to talk about Chicago. We do love Kuznetsovs here. We do love Kuznetsovs here on the show. Yes, if you ask the bookmakers, this team is equally good to the Calgary Flames. I don't understand it. I don't trust it as far as I can throw it, but here we are. It seems like Tyler Bertuzzi is at worst, or at best, a question mark for this game, if not doubtful. We're expecting Sam Rizzo to return to the lineup. He will get a power play 2 gig, so it looks like 11 and 7 is in order. So I think what we're going to get is Green, Bedard, Burakovsky, Moore, Nazar, Teravainen, Mikheyev, Donato, Doc, and then Slaggert, Lafferty. 11 and 7 is very, very good for Connor Bedard. We've seen them do it for most of the season. This weekend, they didn't do it, but it didn't matter. Connor Bedard is still incredible. He leads the entire league in expected fantasy points over the last 10. I believe also in actual fantasy points in the last 10. But most impressively, in 10 games, this guy has 8 goals and 11 primary assists. Not a single secondary assist on his ledger. I mean, this is as legitimate as it gets, and he gets a matchup with the Calgary fucking Flames. And he could be $10,000, and I am clicking on Connor Bedard here. Like, he is on another level. Like, he is on another planet right now from years past. This is the Connor Bedard I expected to see. I am riding this shit to the moon, DJ. Will you ride it with me?
I am of course interested. I mean, like I've been saying, I really like some cheaper stuff that I've mentioned 37 times. And where do I spend up? And the idea of one-offing Bedard, I think is just what I'm looking at here. I wonder if I end up clicking on the Burakovsky. Burakovsky, who's almost 5K, does feel just stinky, but it's kind of warranted. Like the price isn't. Yes, at the beginning of the month he was 3,400. I get that, and now he's 4,900. I get that too, but he's kind of playing like a $4,900 player. So, can you justify it? Are you thinking one-off only? Are you thinking about Levshinov, top power play? Rinzel, who? Double, almost actually not quite a double bonus. Levshinov had 4 shots, 4 blocks, and a point last game. Like, is that for real? Where? I mean, number 2 overall pick, right? What is your plan, sir?
Yeah, I mean, one, I don't really have a plan. I just saw Connor Bedard in my eyes.
Look like a guy with a plan?
Just rolled to the back of my head, and all that stuff. But yeah, Levshinov, I think 7 defensemen hurts him. Like, he played 21 minutes against Toronto. So yeah, but I do think this was the thesis of Levshinov, is that he wasn't going to be an elite like fantasy player out of the gate, but he was going to be a shooter. He showed that in the AHL last year. He showed that in his brief college stint. I think he played a year at Michigan State. And so, I don't have information on him from, what is he, Belarusian? I don't know what his nationality is, but
yes,
I don't have him in the juniors over there, so I don't know for sure. But he looks like a guy who's going to fill up the stat sheet with shots. He's a big guy. Seems like he'll get in the way of pucks for blocks. So I think I buy it. It's just a matter of if I buy a projection that includes him at 19 minutes plus power play one time. I don't think it'll matter, fortunately. I think he'll be unowned regardless. So we'll see. Yeah. But at ownership, I'm happy to play one-off Bedard. If there's no ownership, I'll plug my nose and hope that 18 minutes is enough to get me a couple of assists and a blocks bonus or something from Levchinov here. But I will do a more thorough deep dive into the way he's being used, because man, the Sam Renzel experiment has been a disaster from training camp, and I was so close to holding strong. And
Yeah,
I just couldn't do it.
We both
Caved
capitulated a
at the
little bit.
last minute.
I had 0% like the last day of best pocket. I was like, I guess I'll draft some. I mean,
Yeah.
Levchinov, first off, is from Belarus. I mean, that's a pretty good poll. As soon as you said it, I was like, that does sound exactly right. But man, what a time to be alive. Last game, I mean, he led defenseman in ice time, 22 minutes. Like, it just could be the ascent of the number 2 overall pick into what he, we thought he could be. So, I think he's totally justifiable as well. And I think he will come in very low owned against a team in Calgary that flat out sucks. Any thoughts on the Nazar, Teravainen, Oliver Moore? I mean, Oliver Moore, another highly touted prospect, shooting a good bit in when he gets the run. Like,
the most interesting thing to me, I think, is just a Nazar Bedard team. Like, no one's gonna have that. Yeah. I think they'll play together. Like, if they need to play together, I think they will, and that's really the only time I think you'll want Nazar anyway. Is in a game where it just goes crazy.
Game stack.
No, that's the problem.
Garbage fest.
Like, Spencer Knight's gonna make 78 saves in this one. Like, I don't know what else to say about it.
Okay, we can move to the final 2 games then. We have the first one I feel like is minorly more intriguing. It is Utah on a back-to-back. They're playing the Ducks, and then they go to the Sharks. I mean, that's as much fun as you could possibly have in back-to-back hockey games. The Sharks are still a team that people like to stack against, and there's a perfectly correlated, 19, almost 20K, I think, Keller, Cooley, Schmaltz, that's just ripe for the picking. It feels like them in Detroit 1 just feel obvious, and people will go to it. Like, even on a back-to-back, I don't think that will deter too many people. Gunther still on the top power play, same price as a guy like Logan Cooley. The second line is worrisome, probably less ownership, but like, you could probably line me up as a Dylan Gunther guy. I'm not sure if you ever heard me mention this before, but could go back to the well. And Mikhail Sergachev has truly been one of the better fantasy defensemen over the past couple of weeks. I'm not going to say too quietly, because I'm sure people have noticed. I mean, he had shot bonus, block bonus, like it's all in there for him. I mean, multiple games where he put up scores that were good enough. Maybe none of them had to have. He doesn't do that too often, but very, very, very used. But this is sort of like a theory that I was building off of. It was like the one-off Gunther, one-off Bedard, play New Jersey 2, and then sort of maybe just a small mini stack somewhere else. Like, that kind of a lineup is something I am interested in.
Yeah, the main problem I have is, 1, it's a back-to-back. 2, I don't think Utah's as good as the rest of the field does, which sucks because they have Dylan Gunther. And then the other frustrating part is, I'm also positive San Jose is worse than the field believes. But what do I do with that? Does that mean I spend 20.3K for Keller, Cooley, Schmaltz? Does that mean I play, Michael Carconi on an 8-game slate with $100,000 to first? Like, I don't think so. Carconi is like made in a lab for DFS scoring, but like, does he get the minutes? I don't know. One thing that's maybe in favor of Carconi is that Kyle Yamamoto was a late scratch. Not sure if it was injury or just whatever, because he's Kyle Yamamoto. But I suspect that power play job goes to either Krause or Carconi. If it goes to Carconi, all of a sudden you're getting Hayton, Carconi, Gunther, all with power play roles for 13.8K against the Sharks. So I think that's just what I would do, but I don't feel good about it. So
fair enough.
I'm probably going to try to survive another Sharks fade just in general here.
Yeah, no, I think it's totally justified, honestly. I mean, back to back is probably enough. And we can move over to the Sharks. I can't imagine you're, going to jump on the bandwagon now. You've avoided it this long, and the prices. I mean, you know what? I do think actually Celebrities come down in price a little bit.
Well,
so let me.
What if I told you, after all that's happened and all the ups and downs of DJ saying this and that and the other thing,
what did I say?
Philip Kurashev is back with Celebrini and Will Smith as of practice today.
that changes everything. I actually, the strangest part of practice was definitely the actually, wait, is Klingberg just hurt?
No, he's going to be a
Or is
scratch.
he's just health bombed? Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team
Because
just doesn't really.
believe it or not, he also sucks. Every player on this team sucks, and they're all going to get scratched at one point.
I'm not going to disagree with that statement. I mean, that would be a foolish of me to do. It's just again another slate of me not playing them, and that's what's going to happen here. But like, is it the dumbest thing in the world to play Macklin and Will Smith on against a back-to-back Utah team? I don't know. I honestly could be convinced by somebody to do it. But I don't think it's going to be you.
The future is now, DJ. Bedard, Celebrini, Will Smith. Levshinov, of course. Levshinov too.
Yeah, it's Celebrini's price coming down to 7,200 is kind of interesting. Like, it was 8,100. It was just the hardest and easiest of fades, like never a doubt. And then he has 3 bad games in a row where they weren't that bad. They're pretty bad, that nowhere near what you need to get done. Back to back against Utah. I think at the end of the day, I just respect Utah too much. Like, even though I don't think they're as good, I think that's more fantasy related. Like, I don't think they're quite the slate breakers that people have them out to be. And I predicted them before the season started. Like, this is going to be one of the most high octane offenses, and it just hasn't been. But I do think that that's because they actually play a sound defensive game, much better than people would have thought. So probably just going to fade it and move on.
Yeah,
how does that?
They're ticking up lately, but the actual numbers here for Utah are not great. Like, all season long, they've scuttled below average Corsi pace wise. But this is the highest it's been. So if they are going to turn into that, this would be the spot to really, one against Anaheim tonight would be the main spot to make that look good. But then once again in San Jose.
Yeah. So with all that being said, we have 1 game left.
Yeah. I will just note, with Klingberg going out, Orlov goes to power play 1. He's 3,300. And then Sam Dickinson had one of the funniest quotes that I'm sure I just read way too much into. But when he found out that Klingberg was going to be a scratch and that's why he was running the top power play, let me just make sure I have this right, because my God, it cracked me the fuck up. Of course, it didn't show up here. Oh, I hate this. Yes, it's great content. It's going quite well, actually. Here we go.
Sam Dickinson.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh God, I don't really know what I'm doing. We're going to run this. What are we doing? Where am I going? That's it. That was a quote. Okay. So San Jose's second power play seems like it's in really good hands here. The 11th overall pick from 2024, of course, has run a power play before to great success in his junior's career. I don't know why he's acting like it's something extremely different, because he's playing with Philip Kurashev, Colin Graff, Adam Gaudette, and Tyler Toffoli. Like, I don't know. It's not like you're playing with Sid and Gino. Like, I don't know, like legends of the game type stuff. So just one of the funnier
before
things.
We move on.
Okay.
Before we move on, 10 minutes into the Utah Anaheim game, how many shots on goal do either team have?
Either really high or really low.
There we go.
Shit.
I will say that is correct.
I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go really low.
So Utah has 0, and Anaheim has 2.
Winner. Yeah.
Really, so far, good for not looking great.
Really good for my Dostal showdown play.
Yeah, you're gonna want a couple of saves. Okay, let's move on to the final game. Let's get the good people to bed.
Perfect. Rangers at Vegas. The Rangers actually made their lineup slightly more appetizing by moving Cooley up from the third line to the top 6. I'm not like, I kind of just want to call it the top line, but whatever. But the problem is Vegas just looks really solid defensively, even though they are a bit banged up. I think that's mostly offense that they're struggling in right now. So Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere, Miller's advantage at Cooley. Miller's advantage at Cooley, perfectly power play 1 correlated. I don't care about the bottom 6. Adam Fox, 5,900. Do you have any interest here on the Ranger side?
I'm not clicking the buttons, but I would. Yeah, it's the Vegas of it all. I mean,
Wait,
there's really not much more to say. Like,
hold on.
what?
This game has 2 shots with 2 power plays.
I didn't even notice that there's 2 power
That
plays.
is pathetic. Okay.
Yeah, these 2 teams need to sort that the fuck out. But back to the Rangers. It is a top 6 that is good. Is it better than Vegas's? And I'm going to say no. I do not see how they match up and win those matchups.
Yeah. By default, Rangers games, I can just say, hey, look at our Jennings bet and just bet the under on every game. And certainly, given what we're seeing here, I'm not. I just realized I have to get to Vegas to talk about Braden Bowman.
Yeah,
I'm not prepared for this. All right. Rangers, who cares? I think you can play Will Cooley again. He's 4,500. He's awesome. He's basically Chris Kreidering this season. If you look at like historic numbers, him and Chris Kreider are basically identical. I know I'm just showing on screen, but from 2022 to 2025, Chris Kreider was 24% above average per 60 DK points, 27% Corsi above Corsi or iCourse, and then 41% above primary point rate. So far this season, Will Cooley is 12% above, 28% above DK points, 33% above Corsi, and 41% above primary. It is staggering just how close to Chris Kreider those numbers are. So if you're saying 4,500 Chris Kreider in his prime, I think you're getting that Will Cooley on all honesty. So he's the one guy here that I would play no problem. All right.
Cool. Now talk to me about Bowman.
All right. Barbashev, Eichel, Bowman, Marner, Hurdle, Dorofeyev, Smith, Howden, Saad. For Vegas, they shed Shea Theodore on the top power play because Cassidy hates me. And they went to Braden Bowman, whose only attribute is that he is big and he is right-handed. This guy, you know what? Can you take it? Because I wrote a full fucking flame fest on him in the Discord that I just want to pull up because it was well researched.
Yeah. Okay, I will let you pull it up and read live. It's Vegas too is the answer to your riddle here tonight. I think that is like one of my favorite stacks yet again. Probably to no one's surprise, I played them probably the last 2 slates in a row. It has not gotten home. It looks like it's going to, and then it doesn't. It does suck that way. But I probably will be high on it again. Could you just throw in Jack Eichel with it? Sure. You don't need to play Bowman if you don't want to. And Matt is going to tell us if he's ready, why you don't need to.
Braden Bowman played 3 years as an overager in the OHL. He was barely an average OHL player at age 20. He's undrafted. Like there's literally nothing here prospect profile wise. The only reason that I can find that he got called up, by the way, he played a full year in the AHL last year, was bad there too. I mean, 15% above the AHL average points and like 25% below the average shots wise. He doesn't shoot. He kind of sucks. Like he's got no pedigree. Again, he's big and right-handed. And most importantly, in 12 games, he has 16 shots in the AHL. DJ, do you know how many goals he has scored on those 16 shots in the AHL this year?
It's either really low or really high. I'm going to guess really high and go with 8.
7. The man is shooting 44% in the AHL. And that's why he got called up. And that is why he got called up to the NHL. And of course, the unsustainable heater of a lifetime. He gets put on that top power play. And I think he actually got like 5 shots and didn't score the first game, which was
4 in the first game. Yeah. Was it Alex Tanguay who had the like 50% every fucking year shooting percentage? It was one of those guys.
I still have that list up. Alex Tanguay, I believe, is the latest player to sort of make this list. But by the way, Leon Draisaitl is a better career shooting percentage than Tanguay, but it's 18th. Draisaitl's 16th, Braden Point 19th, Tanguay there at 18th. Every other player
I tried
in the 80s. Yeah. Like every single one of these guys, I'm pretty sure.
just trying to be Alex Tangay, and I get that. We all try. We all aspire to do
Right.
something with our lives. But what do you think about Vegas too? I mean, like I wonder if this isn't sort of the sneakier upper mid tier, I guess, stack that
Yeah,
just gets away from everybody because the Rangers look competent a little bit.
I think it'll get away from everyone because I just don't think it's that appetizing of a game. But if you disagree,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the upside here is enormous. Like I won't say there's not upside here. It's just a matter of how likely you're to hit it. And when it fails, I think it fails spectacularly. Like Dorofeyev is pretty reliable, but like, Mitch Marner, if he doesn't get there, he literally gets you 3 fantasy points. Like if he doesn't get you 15 to 20, you're pretty screwed at that price. And he needs a multi-point game to do that. So that's like the main problem. It's just like it kills you so much if you're wrong. And I don't know how much it punishes you when you're right. Or how much it punishes me when you're right and you have it and you win. So
yeah.
I
mean, there's 8 games. I think
Riley Smith revenge. There you go.
There you go.
He absolutely fucking hated not playing in Vegas, and I think he
Gerard
actually scored.
Gallant revenge on both sides. He's going to show up and just yell at everybody. I mean, like this
coaching in the KHL,
good
tractor or something.
Yeah, I mean, again, like this is it's a weird slate. Like, there's only 2 6.5s, I believe. No, 3 6.5s. Everything else is a 5.5. Is that going to lead to more ownership kind of funneling into some of these spots? Probably, right? I mean, like Dallas is the one that I think is kind of going to be hoovering up some of that funnel. The other one is Utah for sure. Like, they're just going to end up seeing more ownership, and like it's going to get away from like a team like Vegas. It's going to get away from, I hope, the Jets. That's the other team I really like, and like it's going to go to Detroit. So I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic. I can talk about top stacks now.
Yep. Let's do top stacks, guaranteed goals, and get the hell out of here.
Dawson Mercer, Timo Meyer. Okay, now you follow me so far. You got those 2, and then
I do follow.
Simone Nemec, of course. If Dougie is back, then I probably just honestly swap in Dougie and not really think too much about it. But for now, given what we know, I'm assuming it'll be Simone Nemec.
Okay. That is interesting. Even with Dougie, you're in to play Dougie with Timo, is what I'm hearing basically.
I'm ready to get pain. The pain right back into my body.
I respect that.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's do St. Louis top line. Holloway, Thomas, Snuggerud. At some point, you gotta bet on these guys bouncing back, and I think Toronto is in a world of hurt right now. So there you go. Shams with the late update. Power play 1 for Utah. Gunther, Keller, Schmaltz, Peterka, and Sergachev. So the Logan Cooley slappies are really feeling it right now. And Carconi does get power play 2 run.
I am one of those slappies in best box, so we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. What are you gonna do?
God, you would just take all the guys who don't do fantasy stuff and let's just jam them. And I'm just like, but Leo Carlson, right? And you're like, oh, who?
I have a lot of Leo Carlson, Doc.
Only because McTavish got fucking contract nonsense. I know that.
You don't know much. You know what? How about this? You have 150 teams. I bet you have more Leo Carlson than me, but how much Leo Carlson do I have?
That is a very good question. It's in like night 1. I'm like, I don't have enough Leo Carlson. I'm
9%. 9%. I mean, that's not that bad.
I'm at 9. I am
210
on the nose.
210 entries.
Wait,
210 entries. It says 210 entries, 9%. Like it's not 9%, but you have one more than me by chance? No. Okay,
I closed out of it. I'm finding him again.
You do that. I will tell you that my other stack doesn't fit exactly if you play it all the way, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, you just play Connor, Velarde, and Morrissey. I think I stick to my guns on that. You can't fit in Scheifele at that point, but I think I'm almost thinking like it's Velarde or Scheifele, and I might just fade Scheifele and say that he doesn't score. He'd have an assist or 2. He's not going to shoot, but 10 points doesn't kill me. There's plenty of one-offs that I can fit in with Connor, Velarde, Morrissey, and New Jersey too.
Okay.
Lacombe scored. Bad.
Lacombe scored. It's huge.
For you?
All right. What was your second?
Winnipeg won.
Winnipeg. All right. Let's do just Dallas nonsense. Miro Heiskanen, Jason Robertson, Rube Hintz. That is going to cost you 19.4K on this slate. It doesn't get you Wyatt or Rantanen, but I honestly don't know if you can play all five here. If you do, I would certainly suggest Emil Heineman on the other side to just sort of get this game on the fast track.
Okay. Last slate, I believe I hit both of my guaranteed goals and you hit neither, but I'm not positive on that. No, Dorofeyev didn't score. I'm wrong. I think we were 1 for 3. You had Raymond and Victor Olofsson. I had Dorofeyev and Fantilli. So I don't know, whatever. Raymond's done really well lately, so cry about it. But we have to guarantee some goals for this slate. Are you prepared for this? And if not, do you need me to stall and pick somebody?
Oh, I was born ready for this.
Hit me.
DJ, Connor Bedard is scoring here. And I know I only have 2,700 left with Connor Bedard, but don't you worry. I am fully ready to go. Connor Bedard, guaranteed goal.
He's guaranteeing a goal from Connor Bedard. That makes him both brave and bold in his assertion. I will go with... Oh, no, they're playing them. This is trickier than I thought. Give me your second guy. I'm going to keep thinking.
Okay. So, DJ,
I'm ready.
On a night where I pulled the Belarusian nationality of Artem Levshinov.
Yeah.
I am also quite proud to have pulled the Quillen Colin Graf Quinnipiac line. Do you know who guaranteed to score tonight, DJ? Colin Graf playing with Eklund and Wenberg against a back-to-back Utah team is 2,500. He actually seems like a player. He's not done much for fantasy yet. He's not in play on the main slate. But if you're playing the night slate and you're just trying to jam in some, Utah 1, Gunther stuff, if you're trying to jam in Jack Eichel, do not play Braden Bowman. Play Colin Graf and get rewarded like a true alpha.
I think that's very fair. I'm going to go a little bit in a similar route as you. I'm going to start with my cheap guy, though, and go with Nick Robertson. Just continuing to keep it going. He is a goal scorer. He is 3,900. He'll probably be like plus 250 or something. I'll probably shop it around a little bit. But some are saying the better Robertson. I believe that's what he's been called. I don't know for sure. I can't remember the other guy's name, but I think that's what I've been hearing. And then at 2,900, I'm not 2,900. Jesus Christ, at 7,100. DraftKings dollars. That would lead me right down to, oh boy, Dylan Gunther.
Okay.
Easy.
Wait,
game? That's the same game. That's the same game. I don't want to do a same game. You know what? I'll go back to give me either Dorofeyev or Hurdle. You get the pick. I'll go right back to the well.
Okay. I was gonna suggest a Detroit piece.
Oh,
okay.
I could go to Brinket and be a slappy too.
I mean, do what you want. DJ, do you want the $200 to get the Robertson brothers narrative in?
Yeah, you know what? Let's be smart. We'll do Rob. We'll do Rob squared.
That's good. Shout out to GA. It's a Robertson kind of night.
Rob square. I'll remember what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dallas 2. Well, you kind of had them in your stack, but truly at this point, we've gone off the rails.
Doesn't matter.
Dallas 2, St. Louis 1, Bedard and Graf, Winnipeg 1, and New Jersey 2, with both of the Robertson brothers scoring on the same night. I mean, Hollywood scripts, if you ask me.
Indeed. So this is a flagship slate. I will be recapping the 222 in my newsletter sometime Wednesday. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm staying up till 4 a.m. to get this thing out, so probably we'll be able to work on it during the workday on Wednesday. So expect that sometime in the afternoon is sort of my guess. If you want to read about the recap of the 222 contest, I talk about what the field did, what my I use this podcast as the base, but what I was thinking about heading into the slate, what I played, why I played it, and then talking about what won and sort of any thoughts that come with that and how the field played. So I do that for every DK flagship contest over on my newsletter, moods.beehive.com. It's free to subscribe, so just please subscribe, and you'll get that emailed when it is ready to go. Anything else you want to plug, DJ?
Yeah, still gambling. All the stuff. Just follow me on Twitter, and that's pretty much all I need to say. Yeah, my bold bets tonight, I believe, combined for one shot on goal when I needed fucking 9. So not my best showing, but my main bets were just a special golf point away from the smash. So punished, never rewarded. He was everywhere and just did nothing for me. But we move on to Tuesday, much better slate, much bigger prizes, and much more time to have fun with all your friends.
I look forward to seeing your entry in the 222 tomorrow.
It'll be there. It'll be there.
It'll be there.
Get ready to learn Dawson Mercer, buddy.
Having to write about Dawson Mercer in the newsletter is going to be the death of me.
He is good.
Thank you all for listening. I'm on Twitter at Fake Moods. DJ is at DJ_94. Congrats, Moods, to you and yours. What did I do? Did I finally win an award for the most money lost to Sissima?
Yeah, what did Matt do?
I don't know.
Was it the almost winning a slate on NFL on Sunday?
I almost.
He must have also fallen asleep before Jacoby Brissett went for 900 yards.
We actually made plans to go watch the game right after this to see what happened in that game.
No one to spoil it. Yeah, you were in first place for like fucking 40 grand or whatever. And okay. Yeah. Congratulations on hopefully that win. Don't check your account. Watch the game. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get out of here though. Thank you all. If you want the Discord invite, please DM us. There are spammers in there. If I post it publicly, we'll get even more spammers. So it's just a whole thing. And if I don't DM you back, go to DJ. Shit gets lost in our spam filters constantly because Twitter's the worst.
You have no idea. Like I feel bad, but like it is the amount of spam messages I have in like every day. It's like another 40. Like it's not an exaggeration. It's unbelievable.
And if you're in any DFS. If you're in any DFS Discords, I'm probably in there too. If you just search for me, you can Discord DM me.
Reply to a tweet of mine and say, "Hey, can I get in the Discord?" And I will DM you.
Yeah,
like that is another way. Or put it on the YouTube thing, and I'll find yours. I don't know. Just figure it out. We'll figure it out too.
All right. Best of luck on Tuesday. From Doug, from DJ, from myself. Good luck in the 222. Everyone who's fortunate enough to be playing it, and we will see ya.
You're saying they're looking like an idiot.
Well, is that any different than normal?
This is the first time I will admit was unbelievably wrong.